Entry of Stellar Knight Astrid Valoran, Guardian of the Three Galaxies, record hash 75,692. It is a rare day when reports filter through the channels of Phase World that pique both my curiosity and my sense of duty. Today is such a day. Rumours have surfaced of visitors from a far-flung and chaotic world, Rift's Earth. This world where magic and technology entwine in a chaotic dance has always been a source of fascination and concern for the Cosmic Forge. It's a place where the boundaries between dimensions are fragile, allowing the improbable and the impossible to flourish. Among these travellers there is one whose presence I cannot ignore, a Cyber Knight. The Cyber Knights of Rift's Earth are legendary even within the far reaches of the Three Galaxies. They are warriors bound by a code of honour, wielders of psi swords forged from their very will, and defenders of the weak. They are the embodiment of justice on a world where such ideals are often trampled underfoot by the ravages of war and the chaos of rifts. But this particular knight, this lone traveller from a world torn by dimensional upheaval, may be facing a challenge far greater than any they have ever known. The call of the Cosmic Forge. The Cosmic Forge is not merely a source of power, it's the very essence of creation, the heartbeat of the multiverse itself. It's the forge from which the Cosmo-knights draw their strength, the crucible in which our souls are tested and tempered. For one to hear its call is a moment of profound significance, a harbinger of transformation that few beings in any galaxy can comprehend, let alone resist. But what does the Forge see in this Cyber Knight? What potential lies within this warrior of a dying Earth that might draw the attention of the Cosmic Forge itself? It's not for me to question the will of the Forge, but I cannot help but ponder the implications. A Cyber Knight is already a paragon of justice, a defender of the innocent, but the path to becoming a Cosmo-knight is one that transcends even these lofty ideals. It's a journey that requires more than just strength or honour. It demands the willingness to surrender oneself completely to the greater good, to become an instrument of the universe itself. My investigation begins here, in the heart of Phase World, where the intergalactic marketplace hums with the activity of countless species, each with its own motives, ambitions, and secrets. Among them, this Cyber Knight moves with purpose, seemingly unaware of the cosmic forces that may soon converge upon them. I must approach with care, for the path ahead is fraught with challenges, both for them and for me. My first task is to observe, to understand who this knight is, and to discern the nature of the call they might be hearing. Is it the Cosmic Forge reaching out across the stars to guide a new champion into its fold? Or is it merely the echoes of their own inner turmoil, amplified by the strange energies of Phase World? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. This encounter could reshape the destiny of more than just one warrior. I must tread carefully, for the stakes are higher than they may seem. The integration of a Cyber Knight into the ranks of the Cosmo-knights would not be a simple matter of power or ability. It would be a merging of philosophies, a union of two noble orders. It could bring about a new era of cooperation between Rift's Earth and the Three Galaxies, or it could lead to unforeseen consequences that even the Forge cannot predict. For now, I watch and wait, a guardian in the shadows, ready to step forward when the time is right. The path of the Cosmo-knight is not one I will offer lightly, but if the Cyber Knight is truly hearing the call, then the universe may soon have a new champion, one who bridges the gap between worlds and brings with them the hope of a brighter tomorrow. Personal log of Sir Eric Dorian, Cyber Knight of the Order, record #01437. The thunderous roar of the Coalition's incoming strike still echoes in my ears. I can feel the earth trembling beneath my boots, the ground itself recoiling in fear as the tactical nuke draws closer. There is no time to mourn my fallen mount, Vala, a noble raptor who served me faithfully through the hellscapes of Florida and beyond. Her death was as swift as it was brutal, brought down by a soulless red model cyborg, a mercenary with no allegiance other than to the Coalition's blood-stained credits. The Pecos Empire border has become a war zone, a no-man's land where honor and morality have long since withered under the relentless advance of Coalition forces. I can hear the cries of the desperate and the dying, see the flashes of plasma fire and the crumbling remnants of what was once a stronghold of resistance. But there is no victory here, only survival. And even that, it seems, is slipping through my fingers. The portal appeared out of nowhere, a shimmering anomaly in the chaos of battle. I don't know what compelled me to leap through it. Perhaps it was instinct, or perhaps some deeper sense honed by years of fighting on the front lines. I could see what lay on the other side, a world bathed in strange light, and in that split second, it seemed like the only option. The unknown was preferable to the certain death promised by the Coalition's strike. I didn't have time to think, only to act. The portal felt unusually stable, far more so than the unpredictable rifts that scar the surface of Earth. There was a strange pull to it, a sense of purpose almost, as if it were waiting for me, and so I leaped. The transition was seamless, almost too smooth. One moment I was in the heart of a battlefield, the next I was here, wherever here is. My first breath on this new world was tinged with the unfamiliar, a mix of smells and sounds that told me this was no place on Earth. The air feels different. Cleaner, perhaps, but with an underlying hum, like the distant vibration of immense machinery or the low thrum of a power source beyond my understanding. I can see structures, towers of metal and light that stretch impossibly high, shimmering with technology that makes the Coalition's most advanced constructs seem primitive by comparison. This isn't just another world, I know that much. This place feels ancient, far older than any realm I've ever encountered, and yet it's alive with activity, bustling with beings of every conceivable shape and size. Some glance at me with curiosity while others pay me no mind at all. I draw my psi sword reflexively, its familiar hum bringing a small measure of comfort in this strange new environment. Whatever this place is, I must stay vigilant. There is always a predator lurking, always a threat waiting in the shadows. But as I scan my surroundings, I can't help but feel a sense of awe. This world, Phase World, as I've overheard it called, is not just a trans-dimensional hub, it's a nexus, a crossroads of realities, where the boundaries between dimensions are as thin as a whisper. But what am I doing here? Was this merely a random escape, or is there something more at play? The thought of the Cosmic Forge, a legend I've only heard whispers of in ancient tales, flickers in my mind, but I push it aside. I'm a cyber-knight, a warrior of honor and justice. My path is clear: survive, adapt, and find a way to protect those who cannot protect themselves, even in this strange alien place. For now, I move forward, one step at a time, my senses alert to every detail. The Coalition may have driven me from Earth, but they have not defeated me. And as long as I draw breath, I will continue to fight for the ideals that define the Cyber-Knights, no matter where the journey takes me. The Cosmo-knights are among the most powerful and revered entities in the Rift's RPG universe, particularly within the Three Galaxies setting. These beings are cosmic champions, granted extraordinary abilities by a mysterious and ancient force known as the Cosmic Forge. Their existence, powers, and mission are deeply intertwined with the very fabric of the multiverse, making them awe-inspiring and fearsome figures. The origin of the Cosmo-knights lies in the Cosmic Forge, a source of immense power believed to predate most known civilizations. This force is considered the wellspring of creation, shaping realities and maintaining the balance of the universe. The transformation into a Cosmo-knight occurs when an individual is selected by the Forge, a process that remains shrouded in mystery. The Forge chooses those who exhibit a strong sense of justice, a deep commitment to protecting the innocent, and a willingness to sacrifice everything for the greater good. Upon being chosen, the individual is imbued with the Forge's energy, altering their very essence and granting them extraordinary powers. Cosmo-knights possess a range of abilities that make them formidable in nearly any situation. They have superhuman strength and durability, allowing them to perform feats far beyond what even the strongest mortals can achieve, and to withstand extreme physical and energy-based attacks. They can fly at incredible speeds, both within atmospheres and in the vacuum of space, powered by the cosmic energy within them. Their ability to manipulate energy is unparalleled. They can generate powerful energy blasts, create force fields, and even project beams of pure cosmic power, all manifestations of the Cosmic Forge's influence. These knights are functionally immortal, with greatly extended lifespans and the ability to regenerate from most injuries, even catastrophic damage. Their cosmic awareness allows them to perceive disturbances in the fabric of space-time and sense the presence of other powerful entities, guiding them to where they are needed most. The selection process for becoming a Cosmo-knight is enigmatic and reserved for those who have demonstrated exceptional moral character, bravery, and a consistent fight for the greater good, often at great personal cost. The choice to accept the Forge's gift is not made lightly, as it requires relinquishing one's former life and fully embracing the mantle of Cosmic Protector. Cosmo-knights operate across the vast expanse of the three galaxies and beyond, with their primary goal being the maintenance of balance and the protection of life throughout the cosmos. They are called upon to combat existential threats such as alien invasions, the rise of cosmic-level entities with malevolent intent, or disruptions of the natural order by powerful sorcery or advanced technology. Their activities can range from defending entire planets from annihilation to engaging in interstellar diplomacy or investigating disturbances in the multiverse. They are known to intervene in conflicts where the stakes are highest, often tipping the scales in favor of those fighting for justice and freedom. While Cosmo-knights typically rely on their inherent abilities rather than external equipment, some may use advanced weapons or armor that complement their powers. This equipment is often of cosmic or alien origin, further enhancing their already formidable capabilities. Though they do not require spacecraft, they might use them for missions where stealth or precision is essential. As non-player characters, NPCs, Cosmo-knights can serve multiple roles in a campaign. They may act as mentors or guides, offering wisdom and support to player characters on their journeys. They can be powerful allies, appearing in critical battles to help the players overcome overwhelming odds. In rare cases, a Cosmo-knight might oppose the players, particularly if their actions threaten the balance of the universe, making for a formidable and morally complex adversary. They can also serve as mission givers, assigning quests that involve high-stakes cosmic conflicts or moral dilemmas that require the players to make difficult decisions. Playing as a Cosmo-knight offers a unique experience within the Rift's universe. They represent the epitome of the heroic archetype, allowing players to explore themes of justice, sacrifice, and the defense of the innocent on a cosmic scale. The code of the Cosmo-knight introduces significant moral challenges, as players must navigate the fine line between upholding the Forge's principles and dealing with the often harsh realities of the universe. The immense power of Cosmo-knights makes them suitable for high-level campaigns where the threats and stakes are correspondingly epic. As a Cosmo-knight, players have the opportunity to explore the vastness of the three galaxies, encountering diverse species, ancient civilizations, and cosmic mysteries. Cosmo-knights are among the most compelling characters in the Rift's universe, embodying the ideals of justice, sacrifice, and cosmic balance. Whether as NPCs or PCs, they bring a sense of grandeur and epic scope to any campaign, challenging players to think beyond the confines of their world and consider the broader implications of their actions on the multiverse. The Cyber Knights of Rift's Earth are a legendary order of warriors known for their strict code of honor, mastery of martial combat, and advanced cybernetic enhancements. They stand as one of the most respected and noble factions in a world torn apart by war, magic, and the chaos of dimensional rifts. Their origin, philosophy, and the unique blend of technology and psychic abilities make them iconic defenders of justice in a setting where such ideals are often overshadowed by the brutal realities of survival. The Cyber Knights were founded by a man known as Lord Coke, a former coalition officer who became disillusioned with the oppressive human supremacist ideology of the coalition states. Lord Coke recognized the need for champions who could protect the weak and uphold justice in a world where both were increasingly rare. He left the coalition and established the Cyber Knights as a chivalric order, blending the virtues of medieval knights with the advanced technology and psychic powers available in the post-apocalyptic world of Rift's Earth. The power of the Cyber Knights comes from a combination of advanced cybernetic enhancements and psychic abilities. Each Cyber Knight undergoes a process of cybernetic augmentation that enhances their physical capabilities such as strength, speed, and reflexes. These enhancements are carefully integrated to ensure that the Knight retains their humanity and moral compass, avoiding the dangers of becoming overly reliant on technology. The most iconic ability of the Cyber Knights is their Psi Sword, a weapon of pure psychic energy that can cut through almost any material. This, combined with their Psi Shield, makes them formidable opponents in combat. Cyber Knights receive their upgrades and training through a rigorous and disciplined process within their order. New recruits, often called squires, undergo extensive training in martial combat, tactics, and the ethical code of the Cyber Knights. They learn to harness their latent psychic abilities, gradually developing the skills needed to wield a Psi Sword and Psi Shield. Cybernetic enhancements are provided by skilled technicians within the Order who ensure that each augmentation is finely tuned to the individual knight's needs and abilities. The training process is long and demanding, designed to forge both the body and the spirit into a weapon for justice. The code of the Cyber Knights is a central aspect of their identity. Inspired by the ideals of medieval chivalry, the code emphasizes virtues such as courage, honor, integrity, and self-sacrifice. Cyber Knights are expected to protect the innocent, defend the weak, and fight against tyranny and evil wherever they find it. This code is not just a set of rules, but a way of life, guiding every action and decision a Cyber Knight makes. Failure to adhere to the code is considered a grave dishonor, and those who betray its principles may be stripped of their title and cast out of the order. The Cyber Knights are organized in a hierarchical structure, with Lord Coke at the top as the Grand Master of the Order. Beneath him are the High Lords, who oversee various regions and coordinate the activities of the Knights within their jurisdiction. Individual Cyber Knights often operate independently or in small groups, traveling the world in search of those in need of their protection. Despite the challenges of communication and coordination in a world as chaotic as Rift's Earth, the Cyber Knights maintain a strong sense of unity and purpose, bound together by their shared code and mission. The history of the Cyber Knights is marked by their involvement in many significant events on Rift's Earth, from their early battles against the Coalition states to their defense of communities threatened by supernatural horrors. The Cyber Knights have consistently been on the front lines of the struggle for justice. They have clashed with numerous factions, including the Coalition, magic-wielding warlords, and alien invaders, always standing as a bulwark against the forces of chaos and tyranny. Notable events include the defense of the Free Quebec Rebellion, where Cyber Knights fought to protect the fledgling state from Coalition aggression, and their ongoing efforts to combat the spread of the vampire kingdoms in Mexico. Cyber Knights are equipped with a combination of high-tech and psychic tools that complement their abilities. In addition to their psi swords and psi shields, they often carry vibro blades, energy weapons, and body armor specifically designed to work with their cybernetic enhancements. Their armor is typically lightweight and flexible, allowing for maximum mobility while providing substantial protection. Many Cyber Knights also make use of advanced sensory and communication devices integrated into their armor, enhancing their situational awareness and coordination in battle. The Cyber Knights have complex relationships with various factions on Rift's Earth. They are often at odds with the Coalition states due to the Coalition's authoritarian policies and disdain for non-humans and psychics. However, the Cyber Knights have been known to ally with the Coalition in specific circumstances where their goals align, such as defending humanity from supernatural threats. The Cyber Knights also have strong ties with other resistance movements such as the Tomorrow Legion, and with various magical and psychic orders who share their commitment to protecting the innocent. The goals of the Cyber Knights are straightforward yet profoundly challenging: to uphold justice, protect the innocent, and combat evil in all its forms. In a world as chaotic and dangerous as Rift's Earth, this mission requires constant vigilance, unwavering dedication, and a willingness to sacrifice everything for the greater good. The Cyber Knights see themselves as the last bastion of hope in a world on the brink of collapse, and they take this responsibility with utmost seriousness. As non-player characters NPCs, Cyber Knights can serve a variety of roles in a campaign. They might act as mentors or allies to the player characters, offering guidance and support in their quests. They could also serve as powerful adversaries if the player characters find themselves on the wrong side of the Cyber Knight's code of honor. Additionally, Cyber Knights can be mission givers, assigning quests that challenge the players to uphold justice in the face of overwhelming odds. When played as player characters, PCs, Cyber Knights offer a unique experience that combines high-tech combat with deep moral and ethical considerations. Players can explore the challenges of maintaining their code of honor in a world where the lines between good and evil are often blurred. The combination of psychic abilities, cybernetic enhancements, and a strict code of conduct makes Cyber Knights versatile and compelling characters in any campaign. The Cyber Knights are among the most iconic and respected factions in the Rift's universe, embodying the ideals of justice, honor, and self-sacrifice. Whether as NPCs or PCs, they bring a sense of gravitas and moral clarity to any story, challenging both players and characters to rise above the chaos and strive for a better world. Imagine a scenario where a small village on the outskirts of the New West is under siege by a coalition of bandits, rogue DBs, and a powerful demonic entity. The village is isolated, with no immediate hope of reinforcement from any major powers like the Coalition states or the Tomorrow Legion. The villagers, mostly farmers and tradespeople, have little in the way of defense beyond makeshift barricades and a few old hunting rifles. The enemy forces have set up camp just outside the village, clearly intending to wipe out the entire population, enslaving any survivors or sacrificing them to the demon. In this dire situation, a Cyber Knight steps forward as the strongest candidate to lead the defense. The Cyber Knights' unique blend of martial prowess, psychic abilities, and unwavering moral code makes them the ideal protector in this classic encounter. They immediately rally the villagers and organize a defense. Driven by their code of honor, they inspire hope among the villagers, many of whom had nearly given up. The Cyber Knight uses their Psy Sword to cut down bandits in close combat, while their Psy Shield deflects attacks that would otherwise spell doom for the defenders. Their cybernetic enhancements give them the strength and endurance to fight tirelessly, even as the battle drags on through the night. In comparison, while Psystalkers are excellent at hunting supernatural prey and can detect and track psychic or magical threats, they lack the raw combat prowess and leadership abilities of a Cyber Knight. A Psystalker might be able to locate the demonic entity, but in a straight fight to defend the village, they don't have the same level of resilience or defensive capabilities. A Glitter Boy, with its massive boom gun and nearly impenetrable armor, could certainly dish out heavy damage to the attacking forces. However, their bulk and the need to brace before firing make them less versatile in a fluid close-quarters battle. The Cyber Knight's agility, along with their ability to engage in melee combat, gives them an edge in this scenario, where speed and adaptability are crucial. Headhunters, while skilled mercenaries adept at using a wide range of weapons and cybernetic enhancements, often lack the psychic abilities and moral code that define a Cyber Knight. In a situation where leadership and moral clarity are needed as much as combat skills, the Headhunter might struggle to inspire the villagers or stand against the demonic entity as effectively as the Cyber Knight. Full conversion cyborgs possess nearly unstoppable physical power and resilience, but they often lack the psychic abilities that give the Cyber Knight an edge against supernatural foes. Their cold and detached nature can also make them less effective as leaders or symbols of hope for the villagers. Juicers, with their incredible speed and chemically enhanced reflexes, are powerful in battle, but their reliance on a limited lifespan can make them reckless. The Cyber Knight's discipline, combined with their ability to endure in a prolonged engagement, makes them a more stable and reliable leader in this scenario. Crazies, though formidable with their psychic abilities and enhanced physical prowess, can be unpredictable due to their mental instability. In a situation where the villagers' lives are on the line, the Cyber Knight's clear-headed approach and unshakable resolve make them a more dependable choice. Dog Boys excel at tracking supernatural enemies and are particularly effective in such roles, often sniffing out hidden threats or providing early warnings to their team, but they typically serve as more supportive characters. In contrast, the Cyber Knight's ability to lead and fight on the front lines makes them more suited to take charge in this scenario. Techno Wizards, with their incredible magical abilities combined with technology, are powerful in both offense and defense. However, their reliance on magical devices and the need to manage their energy reserves can be a limitation in a prolonged high-stakes battle. The Cyber Knight's Psy Sword and Psy Shield, which require no external devices, offer a more consistent and reliable form of combat power. Line Walkers are powerful mages capable of casting a wide variety of spells. While they could significantly contribute to the village's defense, their effectiveness often depends on access to ley lines or sources of magical energy. The Cyber Knight, with their ability to fight effectively without such external sources, can maintain a consistent level of combat readiness throughout the encounter. Operators, technological geniuses who can repair and modify equipment on the fly, would be invaluable in fortifying the village and creating defenses. However, in direct combat, they would be outmatched by the Cyber Knight's combat abilities and psychic powers. Coalition soldiers, while well-trained and heavily armed, often follow an authoritarian ideology that might make them less inclined to protect a village of outcasts, or DBs. The Cyber Knight's commitment to protecting all innocents regardless of race or background makes them the more suitable hero for this scenario. Robot pilots, with their powerful mechs, could bring heavy firepower to bear on the attackers, but like Glitter Boys, their reliance on large, cumbersome machines makes them less adaptable in close quarters or fluid battle situations. The Cyber Knight's agility, psychic abilities, and inspiring presence make them a more versatile and effective leader in this context. In this classic encounter scenario, the Cyber Knight shines as the strongest candidate due to their balanced mix of combat prowess, psychic abilities, and moral leadership. Their ability to inspire hope, organize a defense, and stand as a symbol of justice in the face of overwhelming odds makes them the ideal hero to protect the village and lead the charge against the forces of darkness. While other classes bring their own unique strengths, None combine the necessary elements of leadership, adaptability, and raw combat effectiveness as seamlessly as the Cyber Knight in this situation. My name is AJ Pickett. I have hundreds of videos on Dungeons & Dragons lore and other RPG topics to inspire your gaming and just entertain you. As always, thanks for listening, and I'll be back with more for you very soon.